Point it. What up? This is the Crow
Oso.
Show, and we going back in. What week is this now?
Week 4, man.
Already?
It's by so fast.
I know, it does.
So much fun.
You don't even need to ask who did what, right? So, we're going to go back into the recap of week 3, talk about a couple of teams, what's happened, what didn't happen, speak about the Eagles, speak about the Cowboys, and then we're going to give you our quick picks. All right, last week, our Thursday night game was New England versus New York Jets. The Jets won 24 to New England's 3.
Yeah, I gave the Patriots some praise a bit too early. But yeah, the Jets showed that they can be a good team. Aaron Rodgers looked like he was more in like a rhythm. He looked a lot more comfortable. The Jets defense, albeit they're playing against the Patriots offense, so it's not really a real test, I would say, in my opinion. But they look extremely dominant on both sides of the ball, but we'll see how they play against a tougher team in the AFC.
Yeah, but they also didn't have their guy Mosley in either.
Oh,
so
that's right.
That's a big piece.
Yeah.
But like you said, it still wouldn't count huge points towards that.
Yeah.
I would want May in. I don't know what they're doing right now with Brissett.
Yeah,
I don't dislike him. I think he's just a backup.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
New York Giants versus Cleveland Browns. New York won 21 to Cleveland's 15.
Malik Neighbors is nice.
Ooh,
I
solid.
think he's the second best wide receiver in the draft.
Agreed.
He's playing like the first best. I mean,
Is he? Wait a minute.
Outside of Marvin Harrison's week 1, I feel like Malik has had the most consistent first 3 weeks, and then Marvin Harrison's had a good last 2 weeks. So it'll be a race between those two, I think. The catches Malik is making, though, so far, to me, are more impressive.
I agree.
I feel like Marvin is creating more space for himself, which says a lot about, like who he is. But catch-wise, like hands-on ball, I feel like Malik's been a bit more impressive.
I don't disagree with that. I just think it's hard, bro. Like, when I saw that, was it 4 catches for 130 yards?
Yeah, Madden numbers.
Like, stupid Madden numbers when Kyler Murray finally, decided to throw his way because that was his job. Mm-hmm. I felt like he started doing damage. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I agree with you. I think he's the second best in the draft, easily. Yeah. It's just hard, man. 6'4" with speed like that, hands.
Brutal.
I mean, you can't argue again.
Like
you can't coach it.
Better than his pops.
Yeah, better than his pops. Like, he's 4 inches taller than whatever.
Yeah.
All right, we got Green Bay at Tennessee. Green Bay 30, Tennessee 14.
Green Bay, you lucky dogs, man. You've been able to stay afloat despite not having Jordan Love. I'm proud of y'all. Yeah, definitely Green Bay's a team that threatens my hopes in the NFC. So I would rather not see them do great, but they're doing good despite not having Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Malik Willis, kind of like a revenge game with a team that got him traded away.
Crazy.
Will Levis, I know my quarterback has a major problem with turnovers right now, but bro, your turnovers.
Yeah, he's on a different level.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing? Like, just take the sack, throw the ball away. Like, stop.
Will Levis is looking like Will Jones over here.
And the thing is that Tennessee, like, on offense, has some talent. You're talking about, I mean, I know like D-Hop isn't what he once was, but he's still pretty good. You still got, I mean, I feel like Calvin Ridley is grossly underrated.
I agree.
Grossly underrated. And Tony Pollard's playing pretty well. So, yeah. And then, Burke, yeah. So I feel like you guys have a decent offense, like, just a shitty quarterback.
Yeah. The end. I don't know. I think Malik is underrated, too. I feel like he didn't get a fair shot. I feel like he played horrible his, rookie year for Tennessee. And then after that, they were like, let's can him. And I'm like, bruh, what?
Yeah.
Stop it. You see what you got now, huh? Is that working for you?
And you benched him for Levis, so...
And then you got, what's his name, Rudolph as a backup? Bro, stop it. What are you doing?
Horrible.
That's what you get. That's what you get, Tennessee. I hope you love it. Chicago at Indianapolis. Indy won 21 to Chicago 16.
Yeah, I don't like either one of these teams. I picked the Colts because for some reason the Colts are just a good team at home.
I didn't see it.
I felt like it was the score would tell you it was a good game, but I feel like both teams were just making like a lot of mistakes, a lot of missed opportunities on both ends. Caleb just doesn't seem comfortable. I don't know if his demeanor really bothers me. I know we kind of touched on that last week, but it's like I feel like he looks like a guy that is acting like he already knows what he's doing, and it's like, bro, you're in the NFL now. Like things are going to be a little bit different here.
Yeah.
So I think he needs to allow himself to, kind of mentally grow and takes his bumps and bruises. And I have no doubt in my mind that he is bound for greatness. I mean, he has all the tools, but just try to like compose your attitude, my man.
You're crying. Caleb's sitting up here crying like this one over here. I think that he has the talent. We've said this week in and week out, but like, bro, you can't be pouting and stuff like that. Like, nobody wants to follow that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Put your big boy pants on. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, whether you like it or not, like, take all that polish off, take all the chains and stuff, like, focus on the game. And then you can start doing all your other stuff later. Yeah. I really didn't believe that. I believe that Caleb has more talent than Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So I thought that they were going to come out and start showing that this game. Yeah. And when you didn't, that's like, I'm like, yo, this is ridiculous. 363 yards for Caleb Williams. I'm not really impressed because what he threw like 51 times.
Yeah, he threw a lot.
Like, bro, I'm not really impressed. And to be honest, that's on the coaches because you got Roshan Johnson back there, and then who's the other running back they got?
DeAndre Swift,
they got Swift.
Yeah.
Bro, like, I understand you want Caleb to be the guy so bad because of his position and all the hype around him. But are you trying to win? Or are you trying to? Because you can't sell tickets unless you win.
Yeah.
You got 3 legit receivers. And you haven't gotten it done. But you got 2 legit running backs. You're not giving them a shot. Mm-hmm. You guys don't want to win. So, hey, what's up, Justin Fields? So, next game, Houston at Minnesota. Minnesota wins with a whopping 34 to Houston 7.
Yeah.
H-Town. It's going down.
Yeah, I think this was a shocker. Not so much a shocker that the Vikings won. It's just how they won. To me, it's just like, wow, like, I expected Houston. I mean, I got Tank Dell in my fantasy. I got C.J. Stroud in my fantasy. I got Dalton Schultz in my fantasy. And so far, I'm 0-3 because of you mothers. I don't know. The NFL to me should really look into like playing more in the preseason.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if this is a product of teams just not really like meshing well or gelling well yet. Especially when you ask somebody like, I was gonna say Trayvon Diggs, like a Stephon Diggs, you add like new pieces. You want to get a couple series in during the preseason to like really like learn what it's like to play at game speed. We all expect the Houston Texans to be like a top contender. So for them to get their doors blown off like this says a lot. And shout out to Minnesota. Shout out to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, was he top 2 pick?
Yeah, he was a top pick from USC. I think he was I don't know
if he was. I'm pretty sure he was 1 or 2. I can't remember that.
I don't remember either, but he was a
top pick. I think
he
was like he for sure was a first round quarterback, and he had a lot of promise. He had a lot of promise coming out of like college, but he's playing like he knows what he's doing. I mean, he's throwing the ball incredibly well. He's not making mistakes. And again, they beat San Francisco, then they beat Houston. Yeah. I mean, you can't call Minnesota fluky anymore. No. I think they're good.
I never disliked Sam Darnold. I was always thinking that he had potential. And I'm not a fan of USC quarterbacks. None of them. Like, any of them. Like, the only one that I could say had talent, and I was like, oh, he's going to do something, is Caleb Williams. And we're seeing something with that. So, I think Sam Darnold got the short end of the stick, just like I feel like Malik did, just like I feel like Bryce Young is right now. And I mean, I think that he finally got with the team that's giving him opportunity. So I'm excited about what Minnesota's going to do. I don't know if I see them doing great in the long run. I see more Houston doing better once they start getting momentum, but it is what it is.
I think we could have, touching back on Sam Darnold, playing for Carolina, playing for the Jets, I mean, it's hard for anybody to really shine or like flourish in places like that. I think what helped Sam Darnold was being the backup in a team like San Francisco. You know what I mean? I feel like playing for a solid team like that with a good core even if you're not playing, you can really like learn how to play the game the right way. And so far, it's paying off for them. So.
Next game, we got Los Angeles Chargers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, with Pittsburgh winning 20 to the Chargers 10.
Pittsburgh's defense is real, 100%. But I'm not saying they would have won, but I feel like the game would have been closer had Justin Herbert been 100%. He ended up getting benched in the second half because he was hurt. Not taking anything away from Pittsburgh. I mean, you know, they're like that defense is because even in like the first half, the Chargers couldn't really move the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pittsburgh is 3-0. Justin Fields is 3-0.
What are the Bears?
0-3.
The Cubbies.
So yeah, shout out to Pittsburgh.
So check this out. I really feel like Pittsburgh's offense isn't what it needs to be, right? So I think that once they start getting rolling and they start getting a better option outside of Pickens on the outside, I think they'll do a little bit better.
Yeah.
Fields still needs to do a little bit better, but I think that he's starting to warm up himself. So, you know, we'll see where that goes. Next game, Denver at Tampa Bay, with Denver winning 26 to Tampa Bay 7. I didn't see that.
I didn't see this coming. Well, turns out that I didn't even realize this last week, but essentially the entire first-string defense, or most of her for the Bucks, has been hurt. I'm not sure where that information got lost in our show and in our minds, but still though, 26-7 at home to Bo Nix in Denver.
To Bo?
I mean, not taking anything away from Bo Nix.
I like Bo.
I had kind of high hopes for him too.
Me too.
But, I thought Tampa played well enough in the first 2 weeks to at least pull this one out. So. Yeah,
I really don't have much to say about that. I was just surprised. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Carolina at Vegas. Carolina 36. Vegas is 22.
So this was my fear about Bryce Young.
Yeah.
We said this last week. I said if Andy Dalton comes in and
balls
and plays. Not only did he play, he played incredible.
Yeah.
So 36 points on the road from a team that couldn't score more than 6 or 7 points. Not what Bryce Young wanted. Not what he needed. Hopefully he gets the opportunity to. This might be a really good thing for him. You know,
yeah,
like there's been talks that, for example, the whole Drake May not playing right now. There's been talks that sometimes we want to start a rookie quarterback too fast because of what their name was like in college. But maybe this is what Bryce Young needs. Maybe when Drake May comes in, he's gonna be absolutely incredible. Like we never know. But Andy Dalton showed he's a true veteran.
Yep.
And what happened to Gardner Minshew?
Man, nothing.
What happened to Gardner Minshew?
Your boy was what? I don't even know what he threw for that game. What was he looking like? Let's look at those stats real quick. What did Gardner was? I think trash.
N/A not available.
Yeah, that's terrible.
18 with 28, 214, 1-1.
It's not good.
I mean, Andy Dalton 26 with 37, 319, 3 touchdowns. Yeah.
Like his running is trash though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been trash, but I'm like,
I feel like they're not utilizing. I feel like Madison wasn't a bad running back when he was like at Minnesota.
I don't think so either. He only had 3 attempts.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm like. I'm like, what's up with the offense? Yeah. That doesn't take away from Gardner not hitting his men. Like you got to do that.
One thing for sure, Devontae Adams is gonna ask for a trade. 100%.
Easy.
100%.
If you saw a receiver, you know he's asking for it right
100%.
now. Right now. All right, we're gonna go to the next one, and that would be Miami at Seattle. Ooh, Seattle wins 24 to -3.
Miami got concussed. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
sorry. Too soon.
You took that too far.
I apologize. Seattle, Geno Smith to DK Metcalf, one of those lethal duos in the NFL. Seattle just is a tough place to play, point blank period. And Miami doesn't have a quarterback, so not much to say about that game, but yeah.
Bro, I think that the NFC West is going to be one of the tougher divisions out here, bro, because Seattle, I always thought Seattle's defense was legit, but they are playing lights out. And then they still got Geno playing lights out. The secondary is nice. Like, they can compete.
And Seattle's facing an absolute best case scenario right now. I know it's early, but to already be up 2 games on a team like San Francisco is huge.
Yeah, it's very huge. You want every single game that you can get against. All right, the next game is going to be San Francisco at Los Angeles. Ooh, the Rams won with a nail biter, 27 to San Francisco's 24.
It's always a great Sunday when the Cowboys of the West lose. I hate San Francisco. I keep saying this.
The Cowboys of the West?
They picked the fight. We didn't. But I wish nothing but misery for that city and for that team. So it was nice to see them blow a 10-point lead against the Rams, their arch rivals supposedly. Yeah, Matthew Stafford is a dog, man. You can't ever count him out. I'll give both teams some grace. You know, both teams were playing without their top guns.
Mm-hmm.
But San Francisco should have been experienced enough and playoff tested enough to like close this game out in the fourth quarter. But I'm glad you did it. I'm not gonna curse anymore on YouTube.
So I got a question before I get into it. Cowboys of the West.
Yeah,
how does that work?
I was watching. There was like a preview. I don't know why they're doing a preview from like a game that's weeks away, but there was a preview for the Cowboys and the 49ers, and it said the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s, and it's just like it just reminded me of like both fan bases living in the past, and each team has 5 rings, and each team hasn't won anything in like 30 years, and it's just like. Just reminded me, I'm like, you know what? They're actually the Cowboys of the West. They're just like nauseating, disgusting people.
So when were the Eagles established?
Listen, man, we're not talking about the Eagles. If we're talking about recent success, the Eagles are better than both of them. Point blank, period.
Recent success, they're how?
We've been
how? No. How they like? You can say
conference championships.
I don't give a shit. How many Super? Let's do Super Bowls.
And been to 3 Super Bowls and won 1. And sorry, we won 1. We're on the board.
They've been to Super Bowls.
They lost all 3 though.
Yeah.
3-peat L's.
You won 1 though, right?
We won 1.
They won 5.
In the 80s.
No, they won in the 90s.
We didn't even exist. Okay, but still, it doesn't.
No. So to what degree are you able to go back? That's my question. So we can stop talking about y'all's one fluke. How many times can we talk about? How far can we go back? Let me ask that before we go forward anymore.
We can go back.
No. Let's not. I want to know. Is it 5 years and we'll stop there?
No. We can. What I'm saying is, I just want, like, for example, I always bring this up. I'm a historian in every sport.
But you hate history.
I hate history that gets brought up in defense of present, like, what am I trying to say?
You hate
present mediocrity.
Yeah.
So,
but they're not meteor. You can say that about the Cowboys, not about San Francisco.
No, that's not what I'm. Okay, I'm just saying that I'm learning to hate them. I'm not calling
Right.
San Francisco mediocre.
I get that.
But I'm saying the comparison of the Cowboys of the West is like their fans are just like y'all. Like they're just doing they're doing the most. The Eagles and the freaking Niners should have no business being like a rivalry right now. No business, but somehow
why
we are.
Why?
Oh, we played each other once in the conference championship, and
well,
all of a sudden we're a
why
rivalry.
do you think that y'all even rivals? To be honest,
Because from that conference championship game when we blew the freaking doors off of them.
You talking about when that guy was hurt?
Regardless
the quarterback
of
was hurt?
What happened to the defense?
You talking about the quarterback was hurt?
the defense hurt?
They were on the field all the time.
Anyway.
What happened the year after that?
We were hurt.
But okay, that's
what I'm saying.
I'll give you that though. But see, look, I'll give you that. Wait, no. Wait. Check this out. I gave you that. But you see what I'm saying? Like when I say that they were hurt, you be like, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm like, what happened with you? We're hurt. I said, all right, I'll give you that.
I was just saying what you were saying. The Eagles weren't actually hurt.
I know they weren't, but I mean, I would give you it if that was the case.
We just got smacked. It's all good, but
that's all I'm saying. Both of them got smacked.
We didn't have the coaches we had. We didn't have the same defensive coordinator. We didn't have the same offensive coordinator. Our whole season up until that point was very, very fluky. We were winning games by like less than like 4 or 5 points that whole season, even though we went into that game at 10-1. It just wasn't the same team. But yeah,
I just don't think that they're rivals. I just think that you're.
I don't think we're rivals either. I'm saying the San Francisco fans are trying to make it a rivalry, and I feel like we're not.
Why do you think that?
Because they talk crap about us winning that game in 2023. And then last year they show up all dressed in black like it's our freaking funeral. Like, what do you have to prove? Like, just it's a regular season game, just win.
I think you're projecting. So I will say this: I think that you
they didn't do that though.
They're dressed in black, but that doesn't mean like. Why do you feel like it's so personal to you guys?
Because I just feel like they're full of shit. I don't like San Francisco.
It's like you take it personal,
bro. Is that not creating some kind of like rivalry, some kind of animosity towards the team?
Bro, they don't care about
all that shit. All that shit that Debo talked about the Eagles.
I'm not a fan of the Niners fan base either, right?
Yeah.
But I understand like the history of Cowboys Niners, right?
Yeah.
Not saying that you guys don't have one, but historically, I don't recall like the huge rivalry about it. I think that the past couple of years have been like head to head.
It's been back and forth
because you guys have been top teams in the NFC.
Yeah.
Both of you for the longest. And to be honest, even no shade to you, but even more so them with Kaepernick and that defense and Patrick Willis and all those guys. So
I just feel like when I think about rivalries, I think about Cowboys and Niners. I think about the Packers and Niners, like historic rivalries. I just feel like maybe, I don't know, I just been triggered by players like Deebo Samuel and like Fred Warner just talking shit and like not giving Philly the credit that we deserved that year. And then last year when they all came into the link all dressed in black, I'm not gonna lie, we did get handled, but it's like, bro, why do y'all hit the Eagles so much? Like, we beat y'all and cool, y'all beat us in the regular season, cool. Like, let's just leave it at that. Like, stop talking about the Eagles. Like, stop.
Well, they talk about everybody. They talk about the Cowboys. I don't even know why we're rivals because we haven't even. I don't know why y'all hate us so much.
But historically, y'all have a more
but
Cowboys Niners type of thing.
I'm like, I don't even know. It hasn't even really been a rivalry really in the past 10 years. But they just have it in their blood.
I think the example I like to bring up is that since I like the Yankees, like our history is probably the best history in all of sports, but I don't like to bring that up at all. Like the Yankees have been absolute trashes. I mean, not absolute trash because they've been a playoff team, but it's expected to win championships, and they haven't won since 2009, and it's just not acceptable at all. So that's what I mean by like the Cowboys and Niners fans. All they do is bring up history and defense of current situations, if that makes sense.
I could understand that. But see, look, for me, like, we're more relevant than the Yankees are because we won last year. But I'm not bringing that up. The Yankees have way more history. So I'm going to always respect that. So if he brings up, was it 27, 26 rings? Mm-hmm. How many is it?
27.
27 rings? I'm like, shit, that is what it is. I can't be mad at that. I only got one. You know what that feels like. Right? So, if that's the case, I just have to eat that. I'm not mad at them.
Imagine if the Yankees don't win again for the next 30 years. And in the year 2062, I'm like, oh, but we got 27. It's like, you're going to be like, all right, enough is enough.
I mean, that is what it is. You got Yankees fans do that still.
I agree. But I'm saying I don't believe in that. I believe in current success. Recent success at the very worst. Not like...
What's recent to you?
I feel like recent, modern day, what they call modern day is like...
Within how many years?
Post, like, I would say like 10, 15 years.
Okay, I can give you that. 10, 15 years, if you haven't done anything, then you can't really... It gets annoying when you're talking about, like, a long time ago. Valid. I give them that.
10, 15 years, that's all.
I'll give you that. All right, next game. We didn't do Detroit at Arizona. Detroit won the 20 to Arizona's 13.
Yeah, I didn't expect the Lions after that dud last week to come back and win at Arizona, especially how the Cardinals played the week before. It was a good game. The lateral play was a ballsy call from St. Brown to Jahmyr Gibbs. That was huge. And yeah, Detroit did what they had to do.
Detroit's a better team. I just thought I was riding on the Arizona, heat wave. I thought they were going to just go past them, but they didn't. So it is what it is. Kansas City at Atlanta. Kansas City 22, Atlanta 17.
We're not going to call pass interference on Kyle Pitts in the end zone?
That's what I was saying, right? That's what I'm saying. Now, it wasn't in Kansas City, so I give you that. But y'all are giving Kansas City a lot of leeway.
I will say this, because I try to be as believe it or not, I try to be as objective as possible. It's true. It's really true. In real time, it looked a lot closer. Like, in real time. Mm-hmm. The replay shows him clearly making contact before the ball gets there. But in real time, it looked more like a bang-bang play.
But he didn't turn his head.
He didn't turn his head. That's where I would have caught it on, like, the head not being turned.
That's the biggest
as opposed to, like, the prior contact. Because the prior contact was super, super close. Yeah, I don't know, man. Kansas City, Travis Kelce needs to leave Taylor Swift. He doesn't look good right now. They're saying he's being double team and triple team, but on film, I don't really see that.
I just think that they're winning because of Taylor Swift. I'm not going to lie to you. And I hate to get the conspiracy theorist guy, but, I mean...
Yeah,
I just don't... They should be... Their record should be way worse than what it is right now.
Now, this is the thing. Like I said last year, Kansas City can look like trash all year, bro, but once they hit the switch... So like, are we upset that they could be like 1-2 or 0-3? No, but are we surprised that they're 3-0? No. You know what I mean? Like they are who they are. They're 3-time champions in the past 5 years for a reason, and yeah, they're gonna be there at the end, unfortunately.
My thing is this: I don't mind like having to beat the champs to be the champs. I just don't like the fact that you're doing all that you can to make sure that they are the champs, and you're making it harder for people to come up. That's what I don't like. If they're the best, let them just straight out go at it, and then when the dust settles, you call the champ the champ. I don't like you just making it favorable because they're the hottest team in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Because of Pat Mahomes. Because Pat's not even looking great, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not taken away from his legendary status. You know, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer already. But
he's already thrown 4 picks himself.
like, he could have thrown more if it wasn't for them being called back and pass interference and stuff like that. It could have been worse.
Yeah.
But they need. I don't know. I don't know what they. I don't know if it's a receiver or a running game or what.
If they would have had Hollywood Brown in that offense.
I mean, you say that, but I'm like, I don't even see Worthy getting utilized that much.
That's what I told you about Worthy. Worthy to me was a speedster, but he wasn't like a great wide receiver in college either. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
I don't think he was great.
Whoa, what?
I think he was his speed. Like to me, he's like a John Ross, where he's fast.
Nah, like Rouse is fast, but his hands aren't like top tier, but he's really good with the ball.
Yeah.
Like I think he has the speed, and he knows he has great yak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not a tough guy. He's not a big guy. He's kind of like, if I could compare him to someone, it would be like a Deshaun Jackson. You know, like Deshaun Jackson was super fast, and when you give him the ball, you don't know what he can do with it. I think that he has that potential.
Yeah.
I don't think he's there yet. He's still a rookie, but I don't think they're utilizing him. I'm like, you got a big arm, and Pat, let him go downfield, take a couple shots. If you don't take 3 shots downfield, it's a waste. Yeah, all right, so we're going to go to the Monday night games. We have Jacksonville versus Buffalo. Buffalo won 47 to Jacksonville's 10.
I'm officially off the Trevor Lawrence bus.
Where's the criticism, bro?
I'm off, yeah.
Where is it? Like, I don't mind you criticizing Tua. I don't mind you criticizing who's the other guy that they get on, Bryce Young. But yo, nobody's saying nothing about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I think the pick he threw to DeMar Hamlin when he had his man wide open in the middle of the field, and he just completely like overshot him. He's just not. He doesn't have it. He's not. I don't think he's mentally tough enough.
Yeah, I think he's in a bad place. He's probably pressuring himself. With that being said, I take him in a heartbeat. I swap quarterbacks right now.
You would take Trevor Lawrence over that?
Right now.
I don't know.
Right now. No hesitation at all.
I don't think that's been the problem so far.
Nobody people say that. What have we done since 2? You tell me every week. What have we done? I'll wait. This is your time. This is your time. What have we done?
We'll get to the Cowboys.
Okay. All
right.
right.
But yeah, I don't know. Trevor Lawrence, again, he looks like a traditional tall quarterback that can sling the football, but it's just something's not clicking.
Etienne.
On the other side, my bad.
No, go ahead.
On the other side, Buffalo Bills. Oh, and then the shot that Josh Allen took at Stephon Diggs in the post conference.
I didn't even hear that. What did he say?
He said something about how it's nice to have a team that isn't concerned about, having their own like receiving yards or like catching the ball or scoring touchdowns. That's a clear shot.
Yeah, I don't think the only thing he didn't say was he put a name on it. He addressed that straight at Diggs.
So and he can talk his talk. Buffalo's one of the top scoring offenses. Oh, I believe now since the Saints had that dud last week. The Bills are now the number 1 scoring offense in the NFL, and I think the offense looks good. I told you about James Cook. I did. I knew it 100%. Shakir and Knox and Kincaid. Keon Coleman had his first touchdown this game. The Bills they look decent.
The next was Washington at Cincinnati. Washington winning 38 to Cincinnati's 33.
For one game, I apologize, Jaden Daniels.
I do too.
You shut us up.
Hats off, bro.
I would even say, in a game like this where the Bengals really needed it, they're playing desperate, and the Bengals offense looked at least the best that they've looked the whole year. The throws under duress that Jaden Daniels was making were absolutely phenomenal. That last throw to Terry McLaurin while taking the hit.
Yeah,
Couldn't
man.
have been placed any
Perfect.
better. Any better.
It was great.
So yeah, shout out Jaden Daniels.
See, here's the thing. I hate that. I feel like Joe Burrow, and maybe because I may be biased because he's one of my favorite quarterbacks. I feel like he's getting a lot of unnecessary criticism, right? But the defense isn't doing what they need to do.
The Bengals defense is awful.
Like, Joe was 29 for 38 for 324 yards, 3 touchdowns, right? And this is is Higgins still not healthy? I've never been a huge fan of him, to be honest.
He hasn't been
since Clemson, but
yeah, he hasn't been great for the past 2 seasons. I don't know if it's a health issue but something. I mean, he produced a little bit more this game, but something's off with him.
And I know even with Zach Moss, like I think Zach Moss is good, but Chase Brown has been more impressive to me than Zach Moss. I don't know if the line is hurt. I know they got line.
They've always had issues with the line, so.
But I'm just not impressed. Jamar Chase is still who he is. I think he's a monster.
Yeah.
But it's not enough. Defense got to come with it for them to be able to figure things out. All right, we're going to start up here and talk about Philly versus New Orleans. Philly wins 15 to New Orleans 12. You want to go first? You want me to go get my pick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because I know you're going to take about 30 minutes. This is my thing. I'm going to say this. I only got to watch the first half. I had to take care of some business. In the first half, I said before, I don't feel like your defense is bad at all. And this is a supposed top team. I wasn't that impressed. This is the second challenge that they've had. And I think that your defense is phenomenal. You got after the quarterback. I think that secondary was solid. You were all in his face, and he really couldn't have time to really just pick people apart, right? There were a couple of throws that could have changed the outcome of the game, swayed something at home, couldn't get it done. Carter was on him. Even your boy, after he must have heard you, Jordan Davis, he must have heard you because he was like, "Yo, I'm here." It's like he was in the quarterback's face. So for it to be such a low-scoring game on a team that scored 90 points in the first 91 in the first 2 games, I think they handled business. My questions still are the same. So I didn't see the second half, so I can't speak on that. The first half, I saw Barkley doing his thing to a degree. He didn't do it as good as he did in the second half, but Barkley, to me, is your best offensive weapon outside of Brown.
Yeah, especially, 100%.
Right now. And to be honest, even with Brown in, I think he's still better because he doesn't need to be throwing the ball. Just hand it to him and let him do his thing. I think he's your best weapon. If he can stay healthy, the Eagles can be dangerous. Jalen Hurts hurt him again. And not only him, I started seeing what you were talking about when it came to Sirianni. Like in the first half, they could have just took the field goal and went in tied, right? And then you went for
Even
one
before that.
Yeah, before that. But I'm just speaking on that specifically because I hate that. Like these analytics and look, the percentages, bro, go into because you got the ball after that. I didn't like the fact that you're taking risks that you don't need to take. You're already the better team. Let's go in, even kill, reset, and come back out and dominate. But he didn't do that. He would piss me off if I was an Eagle fan. Hurts got all the way down there, got in the red zone, and threw an interception. One, the play call, that's on Keelan Moore too. Just get bro, I know you want a touchdown, run the ball. Saquon, run the ball.
Yeah.
Run, it's a red zone. It's a red zone without a top-tier passing quarterback. Run the ball. You don't even have a big man unless you're throwing to Goddard.
Yeah.
Why are we doing that?
Can we touch on that play real quick?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Because, again, I'm not, like, the whole Hurts not taking care of the ball thing is really pissing me off, so I'm not trying to defend him. But Devontae Smith, even after the game, was supposed to cross way sooner. The problem is that you have to know in my opinion, know your player personnel.
Right.
That play should be designed for like an A.J. Brown or for
right.
like a Goddard, where they're strong enough to get in front of Tyrann Mathieu. Devontae Smith tried to cross. Tyrann said, "Excuse me, little buddy."
Yeah, he's a buck 20.
So he never had the chance to even get there. So I would say that's bad play call based on player personnel. and Hurts not being able to like
Recognize.
kind of diagnose like, ooh, maybe he's not the best guy to throw it to because he's not going to be, you know, kind of bulky enough to actually make that cross.
Right.
So I would say that's a bad pick, but it could have been better had the player been better. Had the play been designed for like a Dallas Goedert, like a AJ Brown. The second drive, my bad. Are you done with the Eagles? My bad. I'm sorry. Because I was gonna go into the whole Hurts turnover.
Okay, well look, I'm gonna talk about that, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I agree with you wholeheartedly. So that to me is like 60-40% problem, right?
Yeah.
I think that that's 60% on Hurts because you're the
Yeah,
one that's
100%,
throwing it,
yeah.
right? Like you gotta know who you're throwing to.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw a 50-50 ball to Cole Beasley, right? That doesn't make sense. Or to Turpin, or to, why would I do that? It makes no sense. Or so I gotta know who I have, and I gotta know who's on them. I recognize who's the best defender in the secondary.
Tyron?
And I'm going at him with Smith on a slant. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Do your reads, know who you are, know who you are, like your identity wise, and look for it. Okay, boom. Keelan Moore is the other problem. You can't be doing that. These are unnecessary risks, right? If I was a fan of the team, I'd be like, this is pissing me off because we don't need to do that. We're already good enough where if we just get a couple of field goals, we're going to beat them up so much, just like San Francisco. That's why I give them credit. You're going to beat them up, then when the third, fourth quarter come around, you can start airmailing it. Let it go. Devontae Smith, airmail. Let's go. You know, Dotson, let's start feeding him a little bit. Saquon, let's start feeding you, which they did, and you saw what happened.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's all I got to say about that. Go ahead.
No, yeah. I'll jump right into that. I feel like we won by 3, but it could have been 25-12. I mean, like the Eagles drove the ball downfield almost every single possession. Like there was nothing wrong with the offense. Even despite not having Lane Johnson after the second quarter,
Barkley at 137 is stupid.
Not
bro.
having. We didn't have Lane Johnson because due to a concussion after the second quarter.
Yeah.
Mekhi Becton, we didn't have him, he's our right tackle. So our whole entire right side, 2 big men, didn't play from the second quarter and beyond. We lost Devontae Smith midway through the third quarter, and I thought all hell was just gonna come crashing down. Dallas Goedert, welcome to the season. I don't know why he's not a part of the plan more often.
Especially for Jalen. That's tailor-made for Jalen.
Yeah.
Hit your tight end,
And
bro.
Jalen was made great.
And he did.
He made great throws to him. Great throws to him. Saquon Barkley is just, God, please don't let him get hurt. Jesus Christ, please, Lord. Because I swear to God, there's no reason. Like, this is what makes me upset about the Eagles, right? Another game where I thought the Saints were going to win based on how the season started and based on how our defense, what I thought didn't look good. Shout out to Vic Fangio. That defense looked absolutely incredible. Yeah. Jalen Carter, Jesus Christ, man. What a man amongst boys. And then Quinion Mitchell, my rookie cornerback, leads the league in passes broken up right now. Everybody played good. We set the edge absolutely incredible. I mean, I felt bad for like Kamara. We didn't give him like no room to run. We put pressure on Derek Carr. Derek Carr, when he faces pressure, is known to be bad. Nick Sirianni, like, I know you came in after Coach Peterson, and going for it on 4th down has been like the Eagles' kind of forte. And I really do feel like that Peterson was like the pioneer in that for people going for it on 4th down. Because since then, I feel like teams are just going for it on 4th and 8 from their own 30 at this point. But know when to take your small wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Eagles, if I count correctly, the pick that Hurts threw, right? That could have been at least 3. Let's just say it was at least 3, right? So that's 3-0 Eagles. Saints kick the field goal. That's 3-3. The next possession, Jalen Hurts gets
the fumble,
gets hit from behind, right? Which, bro, just like, I know you're trying to freaking throw the ball, but like keep the ball up here until you find somebody to freaking put it down here where you can get hit from behind. Just being careless with the football. And that was already on the Saints' 35-yard line. So
Yeah.
we were driving
I
down.
don't even understand why they didn't even. I missed that. Why they didn't capitalize? They just didn't. They went for it on fourth. Or why they didn't?
So for that game,
For that play. Yeah,
that was a
after he
second and
fumbled.
7.
Right after he fumbled it. Right.
Yeah.
So why didn't they capitalize on that? Like the Saints. What happened?
Oh, the D, bro. Like.
Did they turn the ball over or did they just not?
Oh, they went for it on 4th and 1, and then somehow
Yeah,
Jalen
but that's
Carter
stupid, and that's dumb. That's another dumb play. This fourth and going for it is stupid.
So we could have had at least 6 points by then, and then
Y'all won
the
by
next
3.
and then the next 2 drives, right? We for some reason instead of trying to kick field goals, we go for it on a 4th and 3 from their 36. That's Jake Elliott range, right? So that's 9 points. And then before the half, 13 seconds left, you want to do a fake tush push handoff to Saquon to go for one more play in the end zone? Why? Just take the 3 points. At that point, it would have been 12-3 Eagles. And then we get the ball back. Like,
why that play call though?
I
think both of them are terrible. I think the decision to go for it is horrible,
So
and then a fake tush
that
push.
play call with DeAndre Swift last year worked incredibly well.
He's not.
I know.
It's
Saquon though.
No, but still,
You know what I mean?
I'm not saying he's not explosive. He is explosive, but
It just wasn't necessary at that
right.
point.
And
Swift is
Swift is like you said about the personnel, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna run a slant with AJ Brown instead of like with Saquon. He's gonna draw way more attention than Swift.
Yeah, 100%.
right. And Swift is the shifty back. He's not a power explosion back,
100%.
right?
Okay.
So I'm like, what defensively? I'm looking at Saquon because AJ Brown's not here, and if we gotta watch what's it got Smith, but I'm watching Smith. Not Smith. Saquon, and I'm watching Hurts.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Oh, where is he going? I'm just gonna meet you there. But
Yeah.
either way, it didn't affect you. But it's just a bad play call.
I also don't. I think the Eagles don't have confidence in the tush push as they did last year.
They shouldn't, rightfully so.
I don't think we even need it with Saquon. He's getting a guaranteed 2-3 yards every carry, even if it's like a 4th and short like that. That's if you wanted to go for it. But like, bro, kick the field goal. It would have been 12-3. It would have been 12-3. It would have been 12-3. You know what I mean?
Yes, they don't like field goals.
And then in the second half, credit to Jalen Hurts. I mean, like I said, despite the pressure that gets put on him, the mistakes that he makes, he's poised. He stays super calm.
I didn't see it, but I know.
Like on the sideline, you don't see any like hoopla or any hollering. He's very, very like, and you can tell that if the Eagles wouldn't have won this game, I would have started to question. I mean, I'm still going to question coaching, but I would have started to question Jalen Hurts as a leader and like, are they still rallying around him? The fact that they won this game tells me that they still want to like get behind him and support him 1,000%. We started to feed Saquon, you know what I mean? Throwing the ball to Goddard, and then shout out to our rookie wide receiver, Johnny Wilson, had a couple big time catches.
Wilson, I didn't like that y'all drafted him for Florida State, 6'6".
But he made a couple huge like first downs.
Yeah.
I thought Devontae had a productive third quarter until he got hurt. And then when we lost the lead, it was 12-7. Defense again, stopping the 2-point conversion, huge. And then shout out to Jalen Hurts because they interviewed Saquon Barkley and Dallas Goedert after this. But on the second down, Jalen Hurts saw where there was a breakdown in the defense on man-to-man, and he caught that next play on 3rd and 16. So he kind of predicted that was going to happen. That's something that, for example, they said that took like a Jason Kelsey to see, but the fact that Hurts was able to see it himself.
He started to call more plays. Yeah, they did.
So, it looks like it was like a basic pass because like the freaking defense broke down, but that's something that Hurts saw. And then the execution to hand the ball off to Barkley, don't try to get too cute. That was perfect. And a 2-point conversion, and then our defense putting pressure on Carr again and ending the game with a pick. It was to me a big team win, especially how we lost last week to like the Falcons. To come back on the road playing in New Orleans, like we all know, is never like an easy place to play. It's very loud in there. and the Saints were absolutely rolling. And for us to hold them to 12 points, which I believe they scored more than they should have, it was very, very impressive.
I will always give credit to Jalen Hurts when it comes to leadership and then being poised. Like, the dude is stoic. That's the kind of stuff. I just believe he has that type of mentality that, like, Tom Brady has. Now, he may not have the talent, and it's not a knock on you. It's just my observation.
Of course not. Yeah.
But your poised demeanor is unmatched, bro, and I salute you for that.
I got one last stat, because this is what gets me so mad about being like an Eagles fan right now, because it tells me how great we could be. Jalen Hurts leads the league in turnovers the past 2.5 seasons, but he also leads the league in wins. It's like,
well, that's hard. That's hard, though.
I know, but it's like what tells me. I'm not saying that's all credit to Hurts. It's like the team.
The fact that you can still lead
team,
and then
like,
with
for example, in
turnovers.
week 1 against the Packers, turned the ball over freaking 3 times. We still scored 31 points. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, like,
That's
or we scored 34 points. It's like, damn, the Eagles team has been so good. If they protect the ball, how much better could we be? You know what I mean? It's like, damn, like, come on, like, get it together, boys, please, man. Like,
I can give you that.
So,
next game, the last game of the week, is the Cowboys versus Baltimore. Baltimore winning 28 to Dallas 25.
just like I'm gonna go first this one too, because
Go ahead.
just like the Eagles and Saints score didn't match how the game really went, because the Eagles were the far better team. This score doesn't do it justice either. The Cowboys got smacked. They got smacked. There's a bunch of like Dak Prescott stat padding garbage time points.
I hate it.
Like, I mean, I'll give credit where credit's due.
I don't know why you keep talking like you. You know why you like that? Because he sucks. That's what bothers me about Omar.
Wait.
It kills
They got
me.
credit where credit's due. Like, I want to give credit because, like,
Credit about what? Go ahead, my fault. I shouldn't have cut you off.
to come back into the game is still something. Albeit too late, but it's
Right.
still something. You were a defensive stop away from potentially getting the ball back with like over a minute left, right? And with freaking Brandon Aubrey, which he's in a league of his own right now, Jesus Christ. Baltimore, I think this was more of a Baltimore typical collapse that we've been afraid of them. Because what is it with y'all having big leads and just like not playing anymore? Like, don't let your foot off the gas. Like, keep going. You know what I mean? But yeah,
that's an offensive coordinator thing too.
yeah, 100%. But they were, bro, you saw that when they were feeding Derrick Henry, like, the Cowboys couldn't do anything about it.
I mean, they still fed him,
So-
but Lamar didn't have many
Lamar,
passes.
yeah, no.
After that, like, I mean, mix it
Yeah.
up. I get. If I'm playing. If I have like 10 plays,
Yeah.
I'm feeding Derrick Henry 6 to 8 times,
Yeah.
or I mean 6 times, and
Yeah.
letting
But
Lamar
if you
run a
score-
pass.
If you score 28 points in the first half,
Mm-hmm.
you should at least get to 35-42. Like, score 2 more times. Don't just,
I
like, let
agree.
them, you know what I mean? But because you guys don't know how to hold leads, then Dallas looks like, oh, they came back into the game and Dak Prescott had a phenomenal, like, that wasn't the case. In my humble opinion, I thought it should have been a blowout. I still think it was a blowout despite the score. And Dallas has some real issues, my friend.
This is what I've been saying since the beginning of the season. He thinks that I'm playing.
No,
this
I'm gonna start listening to you
because
now,
he thinks that I'm joking and I'm trying to do reverse psychology. Oh no, sir. I mean what I say. Here's my thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You saw how many yards Dak Prescott ended up with. How he had 379 yards.
Wow, what a ball game.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what most people say.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about Keelan Moore, right?
Mm-hmm.
We lose all game. And when defenses are like, bro, if they score once or twice, we're up by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I'm good, right? I'm still going to have my job. We're not going to lose. That can easily pick people apart and throw underneath things, right? And it looks like his percentages are phenomenal. Completion percentage, phenomenal. 300 yards, oh, phenomenal. He had like 160 yards, I think, in like the third quarter or something stupid like that. And I was I'm going to say this. I didn't even watch the game.
I saw you said that on Facebook.
Right? I didn't even watch the game because I was handling business, right? I left after the Eagles half, and then I couldn't watch the Cowboys game. But I was watching the box score. And I said it to myself. I just reading it. I was like, oh, nope. He's going to end up with 300 yards. And I know that we are getting tore up. Our defense looked like crap. Zimmerman is not the guy I didn't think he was to begin with. It looked phenomenal against the Browns, but I didn't realize we would get the quarterback fresh from a massage. And I realized that the defense needs a lot of improvement. I think that we need to put Michael at linebacker because it's easy to scheme around him. It's easy right now. Instead of making him a defensive end, I think that we need safeties. There are a lot of things. We need linebackers. It's a lot of things that aren't going well. Rushing wise, I told you rushing was a thing that I had a problem with. Mm-hmm. If you subtract our team rushing from Derrick Henry's day, Derrick Henry still gets 100 yards on the game. Our leading rusher had 32 yards. A whopping 32 yards. You want to know how much Zeke had? He had less than his uniform number. He didn't have double-digit yards on the ground.
Damn, I was going to be generous and say he's 21, but I forgot he's 15 now.
Yeah, it's that bad. I said we didn't need him. I said we don't need him. And to add insult to injury, Derrick Henry was a free agent, and he has a home in Dallas, and he wanted to come to Dallas.
Can't afford him, though.
No, we couldn't afford him. Let's pay Dak $60 freaking million because we don't want to pay a running back $10 million.
62.5.
I don't need that 2.5. I knew he was going to be ass. And here's my problem. We didn't even contact Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
he said
crazy.
We didn't even contact him.
That's crazy. Crazy.
Jerry can't be all in. And Cowboy Nation, you guys have to stop supporting this trash. Because he knows he can keep giving you trash and you're going to eat it up like it's gourmet meals. That's exactly what we're seeing. And the problem is, everybody keeps saying, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. My problem is if you're paying somebody $62.5 million, you should be able to do it with decent talent around you. Not even top. I don't need you to have. Everybody keeps talking about what we need to give Dak. We need to give him another receiver. We need to give him another. I'm not trying to hear that if we're paying you $62.5 million a year, right? If you're so top tier, then why aren't you getting it done? CeeDee's a top receiver. Ferguson's a top receiver, a top tight end, receiving wise. Oh, we don't have a run game. I understand that. I definitely understand that. But you still were playing terrible until they started letting their foot off the gas defensively. And they're just like, look, we're just going to prevent and just do that. Coming back at the end of the game does not make you a top-tier quarterback. Oh, look at the leads. Oh, he always comes back at the end. Why should we come back? Why do we have to always come back? Your ass, okay? Whack Prescott. Dakota, get your shit together. I've said this for years. And people think I'm a Dak hater. I'm not a Dak hater. I just do not believe, and I hate that Jerry keeps putting us in the same position by having him lead our team. Because if it wasn't for him, we got somebody else. Let's say we get Trevor Lawrence or anybody else. I don't care. Let's get Sam Darnold for $30 million a year. We have $30 million we can spread around the offense or the defense. I'm not trying to hear shit about the defense anymore because we're soaking all of our money into our quarterback. Thanks, Jerry. That's my take.
Music to my ears. Yo, Dak, how you gonna walk into the locker room and freaking tell somebody to like jump off the bandwagon? Like, shut up, bro. Like, take accountability. You are ass Prescott. Get your shit together. You're the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, one of the most storied franchise in the history of sports. Not just like the NFL. Bring a championship back to Dallas, bro. Bring it.
He said he will.
Damn.
He said he's going.
His brother, shut the fuck up, bro. I can't say your freaking brother either. Damn.
Keep him out of this because he doesn't deserve to be talking. Because you don't deserve to be talking.
Holy shit. I know that you're the quarterback that's going to be the one to win the Cowboys championship, but let everybody know how you feel about it. Shut up, bro. Your freaking brother sucks and you suck. Shut up.
Terrible.
Damn.
Horrible. Absolute trash. Basura for those who speak Espanol. I'm just going to be done with that, all right? I'm just going to say that my prediction. I said my predictions. I said by week 3, we're going to say that. I'm going to give you, with the quick picks, I'm going to talk about my team. And I'll talk about his team. We'll go from there. This is week 4 of our quick picks. Our Thursday night game is going to be the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, just because Dak hasn't lost to the Giants since 2016. So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys, but at the beginning of the season, I thought the New York Giants were wet trash. They're not wet trash anymore. They're dry trash. But they are still worthy of beating us. If you lose to Daniel Jones, if you lose to the Giants, bro, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really want you to understand. You may not think it's serious because you're so rich sitting on your hill over there in Dallas and you're making so much money. But I need you to understand, if you want our team to have any type of hope, you need to play better. CD's even getting frustrated. And I figured that would happen. If you better be giving CD some of that money or something. Give him a gift. Because if he goes out, we're going to see the real Dak Prescott. We're going to see why you were drafted in the 4th round. It wasn't a steal. Oh, it was a steal. Brock Purdy is a steal. You're just a lucky son of a gun that happened to get behind the best line with the best running back in the league, and you got the cruise on a Saturday afternoon. But I say that to say, I still think the Cowboys are going to win. I don't know if it's going to be that great. We could lose, but I said 7-10 by the beginning of the season. That's my prediction. I'm going 7-10. 7-10. I don't see us doing what. A guy gave us 3 weeks to figure it out. After seeing 3 games, the first was the fluke. The second was us. The third was us. And the fourth is going to give us some confidence to feel like, oh, we're back. We beat dry trash today. Not it. So, next game, New Orleans versus Atlanta. At Atlanta.
New Orleans.
I'm going to Atlanta. I feel like they'll bounce back. I feel like New Orleans has been...
They're both due for a bounce back, though.
Yeah, I'm not sold on New Orleans. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I'm just not... The Cowboys are trash. The Panthers trash. Los Angeles Rams at Chicago. Ooh.
Yeah, Rams still don't have their offensive line. Still don't have Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give the rookie his first one. Let's go with the Bears.
I'm going with the Rams. Stafford's a bad boy. We're gonna figure things out. Minnesota at Green Bay. that should have been the game of the week. What they doing? Minnesota at Green Bay.
Is Jordan Love back yet or no?
I don't think he will be.
I thought he was questionable. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh man. Green Bay.
I'm going at Green Bay too. They're gonna be at home.
Yeah.
The defense, the rushing. I like Sam Darnold, but I think he's due for some humbling.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see. Pittsburgh. At Indianapolis. Yeah, I'm about to go Pittsburgh too. Pittsburgh at Indy. I'm going Pittsburgh, man. Denver at New York. The Jets.
The Jets.
Yeah, I'm going Jets too. I don't really see Philly at Tampa Bay.
I have trauma from the playoffs last year, so that's why I'm thinking like, we're gonna be able to stop Tampa Baker. Bad news and good news. The bad news is no Devontae Smith, no AJ Brown.
Wait, he's out for this week?
He hasn't passed protocols, so they're saying they're preparing to play without him. So no Devontae Smith.
Where's Dotson?
I don't know.
Why are they not incorporating
This has to be his game now.
It has to be.
Well, him and Saquon, and then we still got
Saquon's
Dallas.
already established.
No Devontae Smith, no AJ Brown. Seems like Lane Johnson is further along the protocol than Devontae Smith is, but he's still questionable. If all of those players don't play, yikes. But we were able to beat the Saints last week on the road.
Yeah.
And then the good news is the Bucs' entire secondary is hurt, so
didn't know that.
it can kind of hopefully it balances itself out. Let's go with the Eagles in an unfortunately close nail biter again.
I think I'm gonna go with the Eagles simply because I feel like they're the better team. But I think that it's gonna be kind of like the Dallas-New York game. I think that Tampa Bay is gonna put up a good fight.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that that's the case because they got Mike Evans is still good, and Baker is still there. So secondary is gonna have its, but will Baker be able to get away from the pass rush? Is the question. So we'll see how that works. All right, we got Cincinnati at Carolina. Ooh, this is interesting. Ooh,
Which cat is going to prevail?
yeah.
I'm going to say Cincinnati because they're the ones that have to win, but they can easily go 0-4.
I'm gonna go Cincinnati as well because I feel like they should have won against
Kansas City.
Kansas City. The game last against who they just
Washington.
played? They just played Washington. They could have played better, so I think that they're gonna be victorious. Jacksonville at Houston, please.
As much as Houston is struggling, Jacksonville is worse, so I'm going to go with Houston.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Houston as well. I think Houston is going to win that at home. Come on, Washington at Arizona. Ooh,
Interesting game. I'm going to go Arizona at home, though.
I'm definitely going to Arizona. I feel like Washington's gonna be humbled. I just feel like they're gonna see what's going on. But unless he makes us eat our words again.
For our sake, yeah.
Yeah. So New England at San Francisco.
San Francisco.
I'm not even hesitating. San Francisco. Like they're gonna bounce back. They're upset. Cleveland at Vegas. Ooh, toilet bowl.
Vegas, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going Vegas.
Yeah.
Like Watson, bro. I think you may be washed, dog. Kansas City at the Chargers.
If the Chargers play without Herbert, Kansas City.
You think he's not gonna be playing?
That's what it sounds like.
If he plays, I'm going Chargers. If he doesn't, I gotta go Kansas City. Buffalo at Baltimore. Ooh. Ooh.
Damn, I didn't even.
At Baltimore, me either.
Ooh-wee. I'm gonna have to go Buffalo.
I want to go Buffalo because they've been the hotter team.
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing how. I just feel like Baltimore just has a grit. I don't know. Nothing in my brain says Baltimore will win this game sure-handedly. It's Buffalo, but something tells me like I want to see them fight. And Derrick Henry had a good game. Maybe they're kind of riding momentum. Buffalo has been hot, so I don't know if they're gonna take it seriously. So I'm gonna go Buffalo. Baltimore. Monday we got Tennessee at Miami.
Damn. Both teams don't have quarterbacks. So.
You mean talking about even with Will playing?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Tennessee, I guess. I'll go Tennessee.
I'm gonna go Tennessee too because of their defense. Seattle at Detroit. That's gonna be a good game too.
What's up with these week 3, week 4, 2 games on Mondays? I thought that was something that we only did week 1.
Yeah, I'm not understanding.
Seattle, Detroit's interesting.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn, my bad. I came back down to earth real quick. Seattle.
Man, that's tough. I think. Cause what's Detroit right now? Are they 1-2?
2-1.
Are they 2-1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Seattle then. I'm gonna go Seattle. I don't know if they're hungry enough. I think that they're riding the wave right now. So, yeah, man. You got anything to wrap us up with? That's our week, man. I don't really have much.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have a bad week this week, but luckily my team pulled through. Who knows? I could have a bad week next week, and he could have a good week. But he'll know in about 6 hours here if he's going to have a good week or not.
I don't. Them winning or losing don't change my week. It was done when we didn't get a running back. I don't care what we do. I just don't feel like he can change my mindset on our season. It's over. Pack it up. Stick a fork in him.
The same people that watch our shorts are like at 600 views, so I appreciate that. Watch the whole damn episode, man. Come on. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This is the Crow and Oso show.
Yes, sir.
And we appreciate y'all. See you next week.
Yeah. Look, you happy there? Yeah, we'll see you next week. You know where I am. I'm not damn about this season. What's the draft?